So one of the things we're testing now is the floating IBC Solar Cities biodigester as a standalone, although here we have it connected to a Solar Cities IBC biodigester tank that is in turn going into a floating IBC gas holder, which is doing very well. But the overspill from this digester always goes down through this pipe underneath this floating holder, and then we have a funnel to feed this directly. And so yesterday I fed it directly, and because the inoculant would have come from this digester as the effluent overspills whenever we feed this digester over here, producing the gas that goes there, then the overspill containing the microbes goes in here to the bottom. But now I fed it food directly because the amount of food that's coming that is undigested through here seems to be very minimal. We weren't getting any rise in this tank just from the overspill from here. So it seems like most of the digestion is occurring here. Normally you hear that about 80% goes on in the primary tank and 20% in the second, but I'm not seeing that. That certainly is not 20% of the gas of this. So I fed it directly yesterday here, and as you can see when I move this, there's a lot of guppies in there. You see, not guppies, tadpoles. You see all the methane bubbles rising up along the sides there. So there is gas production going on in the bottom of this tank, and that amount of escape is sort of like normal for a pond. And unless I shake it, we don't get that methane release up here. This is sort of like when you're disturbing the bottom of a pond and the sludge begins to bubble up. So that happens in every lake or pond. But most of the gas is accumulating, of course, underneath the dome here, underneath the bell. And so we'll see how much rise we get and if this is effective, because it's really hot this summer in Florida as it is everywhere in the world. We did set up a solar hot water system. Everything looks shabby here because wind and storms when we were gone this summer destroyed a lot of stuff, and I have not cleaned everything up. But anyway, that's a handmade solar hot water system to keep this active in the winter because it's open on the sides here, and but I don't use it much. So yeah, interesting to have the tadpoles in there so that they can indicate the health of the water in there. That's their choice. But we are getting some rise, and let's see if we can get flammable gas out of this in a day or two. All right.